Hello there. Once again, thank you for subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, and leaving those comments. I appreciate you for that. We are still new here, and I love that you are supporting me to grow this channel. Once again, the purpose is just to share life, study, work, and travel experience, hoping that there are things you will learn from what I'll be saying, and there are things I've also learned from you because nobody knows it all. Last time I talked about how I came to the UK and I missed my apartment the very first day I arrived till a lady, a British lady, came to my rescue. So today I'm just trying to give you the information that you need because I have received lots of messages from some of my friends about how how they will go about with their accommodations and what they will do. It's one thing to just apply for school, get admission, apply for your visa, book your flight and stuff like that. Then how are you going to get your accommodation knowing that you're not here? And most times they get stuck. So I'm trying to clarify how you can do that with ease. In my own case, I was privileged to get the contact of my landlord from an Instagram contact. She was staying in the town I am. So I asked her, she gave me the contact. I called the man, and that was how I was able to secure my own apartment. So for you, I don't know where you are coming, but as long as you're coming to any city in the UK or even in other country, I believe that there are different accommodation websites for that country. So I'll be using UK because that's where I am. So there are different accommodation websites. You can easily go online. You can download their application. Some of them you can access them through their website. But before I mention a few of them, there are things you must consider. Number one is if you're coming here as a student, you need an accommodation that is very close to your school. Yeah, very, very important. So that you'll be able to go to school without having any reason to give. Mine should be 20 to 25 minutes walk. So you need something, let's say 10 to 20 minutes walk. So you can easily go to school because you're coming to a new environment and you may not have all the whole information on how to start going about with your transportation or buying maybe bicycle, scooter, and the rest of them. So you need somewhere you can easily walk up to go to, where you can easily wake up, prepare, and go to school. So that's the first thing you must consider. Then number two, you need to consider the price. If you're coming here as a student, you will need an accommodation you can easily afford. And the easiest way you can achieve that is by paying for a shared apartment. Shared apartment is, let me say, let's say that you see a house that has 5 rooms or 4 rooms, and you're not paying for a room, and you're not sharing, let me say, the kitchen, the bedroom, the toilet with other tenants. So in some shared apartment, it can be, let's say, 5 rooms with two, three bedroom, toilet or kitchen or the laundry room. And this shared apartment also comes with, let's say, they have their refrigerator. Some even have their utensils. Mine, they have both the refrigerator are there. They have two. They have utensils and the rest of them. So I just came there with my bag and packages, nothing else. Though some choose to buy their own utensils also and all stuff like that. And some even used to go ahead to buy refrigerator, but that we add to the bills. However, you can access all these things easily. Then number three, you need to find out what is included in the rent that you are paying. Apart from knowing whether the cost of the rent is cheap, you need to find out the bills attached to it. For example, we have the light bill, we have the gas bill, we have and the whole lots of them. Even on those platforms also, they will tell you bills included or bills not included. And here also, most houses in the UK they have free Wi-Fi, and it's part of what you are paying for. And me personally, I would recommend you to go for an apartment that has these bills included, so that you will not start paying what you don't expect. And maybe if you are coming here and there are things you might need because you don't know when you even settle in. So you need to know that whatever you are paying for covers everything that you need. Stuff like, let's say, heat, because currently now we're in the winter period, and if you're coming here and heat is not part of the bill you're paying for, I wonder how you will be able to cope with that. So you need to have all these things at the back of your head to be able to navigate your stay in this country, especially as a newcomer. Let me repeat again: you need to know the price. It should be something you can easily afford. It should be close to the school, and you need to know the rent. Now, let me just mention a few of the sites that you can easily go online and look for their apartments. And before I forget, also, if you value your hygiene, then maybe you should look for an apartment that has, let me say, 3 or 4 rooms, because the higher the number of rooms, it has a lot to do with the hygiene of the apartment, except if those you're living with are very, very clean people. If not, you might not really love what you might see. Then another thing you need to do is, when looking up for all these apartments online, try and ask for viewing. Viewing is just like inspection, because the pictures that you will see online, they are mostly the pictures that were taken when the apartment was newly built, with everything new. So when you see them, you are easily attracted. That's what I want. Then you go for it till you now see it, and you know that what you saw online is different from the reality. So as for viewing, yeah, they will go to the apartment, they will call you on phone, you will see it yourself. So that's just one thing you need to know also. Then some of the sites you can easily look up for an apartment is this. We have spare room. Spare room has lots of shared apartments. Shared room, we have the Amber Student, we have the Right Move, we have the On the Market, we have lots of them. When I mean lots of them, we have lots of them. But these that I mentioned, we really, really go a long way to get you started. Then one thing you need to understand again is, most times they will tell you that you need to make a deposit. Yeah, mine, as a new person coming to the UK, I was skeptical about it, because now I'm from Nigeria, and you understand. So I was like, if I should make deposit when I have not even met the landlord, or let me say the people in charge of the apartment, how do I even know that I'm paying the right person? So I was skeptical about that, and that's why I was able to. God helped me. I was able to convince my landlord that I will give you your money the day I arrive the country. That is, I'll make my first month payment the day I arrive. And the man was very understandable. The man accepted, prepared my document, and gave to me. Let me shock you. When I arrived at my apartment, because of my experience, you can go back to my previous video. When the guy gave me the contract, I just read it hazardly. Like, I read it hurriedly. I did not even take time to read it, because I was feeling cold. My greatest interest then was to find a place I would just lie down and sleep for the night. So I just read it just like that. Till later on, I now read it, I saw that it was like 6 months contract. Meanwhile, I have no problem with that, because I'm not the kind of person that love moving around. So when I saw the contract, I was okay with it. I'm already more than 6 months in the same apartment. Even my landlord, when he was trying to convince me, I was like, "Oga, you don't need to bother yourself. I'm not the kind of person that love moving around. As long as I'm still studying, I will stay there, and I love where I stay, because it's close to my school, it's close to the supermarket, it's close to my church also. So it just like is at the right place for me. So why do I have to move? And I have the best flatmate also. So they were helpful for me to settle in here. So why will I move? So you need to have all these things at the back of your mind. Then you also have Unicorn. These are some of the accommodation websites you can easily go online. But let me say this is not, I'm not trying to discourage you or to make a few country look bad, but be careful whenever you are interacting with people that have certain accent. Let me just use the word certain accent. I'm trying not to do the try to judge a few people, with try to judge a whole country with a few people experience. But be careful when you are having communicating with people of certain accents. Maybe privately, I can tell that, I can say that, can discuss that with you, but I won't put that out here, because most times they are just into fraudulent activities. That's just the truth about it. So be careful. So even if you're interacting with people, make sure that you are dealing with the right source. And if you have the privilege also to, let me see, if you are privileged enough or lucky enough to have the kind of experience that I had by convincing my landlord to come over, fine. However, there's another thing you can do if that's not possible. We have Airbnb, we have the booking.com. These are like accommodation that allows you to stay in an apartment for a few days, just like a hotel. So, but here the difference is that if it is being the apartment, or let me say the room, you are being leased the room to stay there for a few days, weeks, depending on what you can afford. So you can just choose to pay for a few days for you to arrive at that particular place. The owner of the house, they will welcome you. Some of them will even pay you. Mine, I also considered it when I was trying to come over here, but like I said, I was able to secure an apartment before coming. So if you can pay for that also, you can stay there for 2 days, 3 days. Then when you arrive from there, you can now look for your apartment. But if you're coming to a city that you have someone also, you can also do that. Then you can also contact the person. The person can maybe house you for a day or two, then pending to when you move to your own apartment or pay for your own apartment. That will also help you to settle in very well. But don't come to the UK without having your apartment ready. You are putting yourself into risk. And even if you are doing that, don't try that, especially during this period that is winter. From now to January, it will be very, very cold. So don't even try to take that risk. When I was coming, I was advised to make sure I secure an apartment before coming. I have a few classmates, but when I was in school, but they are very far from me. Like, they are not in my city. So I had to make sure I get everything settled, and I'm here. Okay. And I'm here giving you this advice. So my experience is what I'm trying to put out there for you to know, so that you not go and make certain mistakes. So go online. Once you download the applications, or once you go to their website, put the town of your school or the town that you be living, and ask and filter the kind of accommodation that you want, the rooms that you want, the price also. They have price filter also. Put them there. Then search. You will see options that are available for you. Then go through the available rooms. If you love it, go ahead and send a message or send an email. They will quickly respond to you. From there, ask for viewing. From viewing, if you're okay with it, make your deposit. Deposit might be just £100 for them to keep the room for you. So that once you come, once you now confirm with your own eyes, you will stay there, you complete the money, and you move on. Then also know that most times the rent can be 6 months or 12 months. But if you can also be able to ask them for 3 months, a month for a start, go ahead and do that, so that you will be relaxed. If you love the place, then go ahead and do your stay there and do your schooling and every other stuff like that. I believe that you have learned a whole lot from this particular video. Remember, the comment sections are available for you to ask questions, so that I can be able to direct you or give you more advice on what to do. In my next videos, I'll be sharing other experiences, then probably give tips, or let me say, give a round overview of how you can come over to the UK, maybe through study or whatever the case might be. Once again, thank you for subscribing. Do well to share my link to your friends. Do well to put your notification on. Do well to leave a comment. Do well to like my videos. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.